Let's talk about the hidden engine, the one driving up the price of everything you buy. You've felt it, right? It's the question we're all asking ourselves. Why does everything still feel so damn expensive? You turn on the TV and you hear the same story. The official numbers are cooling. The experts all say inflation is coming down. But then you actually go to the store, you fill up your car, and your wallet, it's telling a completely different story. That disconnect exists for a reason. It's because there's a huge piece of the puzzle missing from the official story, a piece that changes everything. To find the real answer, you have to look past the usual suspects, because the problem, well, it isn't on land. The real disruption, the source of all this pressure, it's happening right now, out on the world's oceans, in the very arteries of global trade. For decades, global trade was, well, predictable. Ships took short, direct, efficient routes. But that's over. We're in a new reality now, one where ships are being rerouted, forced to take the long way around, creating a massive logistical nightmare. And the result? A staggering 40% average increase in transit time. Think about that. 40%. That's not just an inconvenience. Every single extra day a ship is at sea means more cost, and someone, eventually, has to pay for it. And that right there brings us to the heart of the issue, the hidden inflation engine. Let's break down exactly how these costs cascade from the open ocean through the entire global economy. What we're really talking about here is something called hidden inflation. This isn't the number you see splashed across the headlines. No, this is different. It's a much slower, quieter pressure, building deep inside the supply chain as costs get passed on step by step. This chain reaction is almost invisible, but it's incredibly powerful. It all starts when ships get rerouted. Right away, that means more fuel and higher insurance costs. So shipping companies hike their freight rates to cover it. Then, the manufacturers who need those goods, they have to pay up. And of course, they pass that cost on. And the final step in that chain? Well, that's when you feel it. That's when consumer prices silently start to climb. Now look, in any massive global disruption, it's never an even playing field. There are always winners, and there are always losers. Let's look at the fallout. And the divide here is crystal clear. On one side, you have the winners, the big shipping and logistics companies. They can charge higher rates because of all the chaos. But on the other side, that's where you find the losers. Small businesses with already thin margins are getting squeezed. And, of course, us, the consumers. We're the ones left holding the bag, absorbing all these quiet price increases. So, how do we make sense of this new landscape? It requires a completely new perspective. You could call it the logistics edge. This right here is the single most important takeaway. What you're feeling isn't just headline inflation. It's the physical transmission of cost through the veins of the global economy, a slow, powerful current that starts at sea and ends up in your bank account. Think of it like an iceberg. The financial markets, the news, they all focus on the tiny little tip that's sticking out of the water, the obvious stuff. But the real story, the real force moving everything, is the massive, unseen part of that iceberg below the surface. Understanding those unseen logistics, the gears turning behind the scenes, that's where the real insight is. So that leaves us with one final thought. If you want to see what's coming next for the economy, you have to look where others aren't. The question is, are you looking?